So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the stones off. But because I want to do this acrylic colour blocking with sexy curves, I will remove quite a lot of the acrylic that we have on these nails. Yeah, I'll come back to that one. I've got to build myself up to take all that off. I think everything stayed on really nice though.
Yeah.
It really has. So with this, we obviously need to take off the gel polish. But I am going to go quite thin, so I can then rebuild on top of the thin acrylic with fresh new acrylic. So I'll know how thin I'm going because I'm going to look at this edge as well and see how thin that is. And we want to take it about as thin as a card, so like a business card, not a credit card, kind of like a business card. That's how thin. Credit card, a little bit too thick. So we look down the barrel now. So you see how this side's nice and thin, but this is thicker on top, so we're going to thin that out as well. So I'm going to do that on all the nails. Make them nice and thin. I'm going to push back the cuticles. So I'm going to use my little ball bit to just take away any non-living tissue off the nail bed, off the nail plate. I keep getting the bed and the plate mixed up lately. I don't know what's wrong with me. And just exfoliate around that cuticle to remove any non-living tissue. So don't be going and filing the shape at this point because everything's very thin. All I'm doing is going to blend this acrylic at the back. Just going to wipe over with gel residue wipe off solution now. You will be very delicate at this point, so you need to be very careful. Very careful. Then I'm going to use the dehydrator if I can find it. So we're going to dehydrate all of those nails. And then I'm going to use the acid base primer. You want that to just disperse on the natural nail. You don't need to pull it down onto the acrylic. And you need to make sure you're not swiping this or, you know, rubbing that brush all over the skin. Just make sure you're on that natural nail. I picked out some colours. So we've got passion fruit, coral, crazy coral shimmer, pink flamingo. Right, so what I'm going to do first of all is put a very thin layer of clear at the back. I don't want the, because those are really highly pigmented. Now this is super thin. It's as thin as putting a little bit of nail varnish on. That's how thin you want it. It will help with adhesion, because I don't want to wait and see if these colours will be super strong, if they'll adhere really well, because they are really pigmented. I don't want to gamble, and it's not going to take me long to just put that thin coat on. So we're going to do these sexy curves now. And I'm going to start with the natural beige. I've just bled out the back of my brush because I don't really want this to move anywhere. This is where it gets confusing because I need this to set up before I can do anything with it. So with this one, so this one is a different shape. It drops down like that. I did think about cutting that off.
But could you build around it and then file it off?
Yeah, I would file it off. I wouldn't file it off until I've
built up the nails. Yeah, support.
So with this in mind, if I sort of take that away in my head and think, how am I going to do this now? Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this the other way around. So kind of flip that over to this side. That makes sense?
No, I haven't a clue what you're doing.
The shape. I'm flipping over the shape. So what we're going to do, now this one's set up, is we're going to take the file and we're going to file this into a nice curve. We're going to make sure it's exactly how we want it to be. So keeping the file very upright. Going to do the same with this one as well. So again, keeping that file upright. Going round the edges of that little circle, sort of half circle we've created. Now with this one, I can only file this side, so I had to make sure this was really neat.
You could e-file the other side though, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could do it. So if you struggled to get it really neat, then you can always get the e-file in there. Because filing it with a hand file is going to be difficult. I think I am going to get the e-file in there. So I'm just going to take my brush, rehydrate this acrylic with my brush.
Why?
I find it helps everything stick a little bit better. Right, so I'm going to take this colour, push it straight up to that nice crisp line. With this shape, you're going to keep the bulk here, and then it'll fade and become narrower as it gets to here. So I'm going to file the nails. So these two with the full colour are pretty, you know, simple to file because they're just like a normal nail. I'm just going to file it into shape, going through my normal filing routine. But when it comes to the nails with the design on, it's going to be a little bit different. So with the designed nails, here's how it's going to work. Yes, you can use a hand file to file through those colours to get them nice and crisp. You can use an electric file, which I think is a little bit quicker. So you'll see as I file this, that the lines will come nice and crisp. That's why we needed to build it up nice and high, like a little brick wall, just to get everything nice and crisp. So that's how you're going to file your designed nails. There's your little sexy colour blocking with all the sexy curves. So you see this bit we've left out that we said we're going to chop off? Say bye-bye.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. Going to do that on both sides. This one I think is my favourite. So once you've filed, we're going to buff these, and you can see how sharp they look now. You get a nice sharp finish, and it's that filing each layer, sort of each section at a time, that gives you that nice sharp look. I just love it. This is my favourite.
Yeah, I love them. Really unusual, aren't they?
I'm going to wipe over with acetone. I want it to slightly melt that top layer. Right, so I think we put stones on them too, because it's going to take away from that, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So we'll top coat these three with the design on. They can be cooking while I get the stones out. We're going to use some of the Akryl gel. I am not saying aqua, I'm saying Akryl. Akryl gel. So I've got some gel residue wipe off solution. I'm just going to use this Akryl gel to adhere some stones. Same on the yellow nail. So over the top of that, without curing, we're going to put the Urban Graffiti top coat. We do this so we have a high gloss finish, and we also have no sticky layer. I'm going to pop that bit of metal there, and then we're going to slightly overlap the stone and the metal. It kind of looks like an earring, so it's proper jewellery. Looks like real jewellery then. I love them. Sexy curves.
Beautiful.
Colour block style. There you are, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Everything I've used today will be listed below. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe. See you later. Bye-bye.
It's been a blooming egg. What's it? Cream egg? Not cream egg.
Mini egg.
Mini egg.
Go on.
Mini egg and milkshake it. Oh,
Mini egg and milkshake face.
it's gone now.
I like mini eggs and I like milkshake.
It's gone.
Sorry. Somebody sent me a message saying that there was a French channel that had robbed all the nail stuff. Even using the Nails logo and
Really?
doing their own tutorials.
Really?
That is the French Nails channel. That is version E. She does the French channel. And she voiceovers stuff for mine, doesn't she? Does she do
Not yours, no.
Not mine,
That's for the Polish and the Italian channel.
Polish and Italian.
Yeah, they do the
voiceover.
voiceovers of yours.
So she's not an imposter.
She's not an imposter. It's an actual channel.
She's an actual real person.
But how nice of them to contact me and say somebody's like,
Yeah.
using
Yeah.
the nail stuff. So that was really nice of you.
Yeah.
But it is an actual channel. Tomorrow, look out tomorrow. You're always a day away. Stunning with a capital st. The capital st. Not just an S. A st. The S and the T are capital because it's that stunning.
That's stunning.
Yes.